Hello and good morning to everyone. How are we this morning? Happy Friday or Friday, right? So we are continuing on with our Santa. We are on day 6 of that. And I'm very excited, you guys. So we're going to be working on Santa's mittens today, his belt, and then time permitting, we could probably get some of his coat started on as well. So those are our goals for today. Hello, Margaret. How are you? I'm glad you could pop on over for Miss C's live. I think she was finishing up around this time. So thanks for popping on in. So I'm just going to start getting the top down here so you can see my hands. Bear with a moment. Here we go. All right, now let me get my pattern up. Here we are. Okay, so we've got the belt showing here. So I've been kind of going around in my head trying to figure out which color scheme I want to do for mine, since it's going to be that kind of green, olive green, woodlandy colors for mine. So I've got, this is his coat color. It's this really pretty green tone. And I think for the what would have been the white of Santa's coat on mine, I'm going to go ahead and use this Aran Fleck because I need to use this. I did have some I gave away during my 40th celebration, but I still have a couple skeins. So, and I think it's going to look really nice, you guys. I'm excited. So I think I'm going to use this one for his, the bordering of the collar and the cuffs and all that. And then I think for his mittens, I'm going to use this really dark sort of, dark chocolate kind of color. Hi, Lana. Yay, raid from Misty. Hello, hello. So I think I'm going to use this for his mittens. And I have started on the birdhouse, you guys, and it's coming out really cute. So, I've actually got plans to, I think, kind of take the pattern that I'm creating, and we can also do like an ornament with it. I was thinking you could do a gingerbread house kind of thing as well. So I have plans, you guys. So it'll be a multi-purpose house that I'm working on. So anyway, I digress. So let's start. I think because I'm going to make his mittens match his belt, I'm going to just make the belt the dark chocolate brown, and then I'm going to make the belt buckle that sort of goldy sparkly color, because we did use this color one other time on the wreath bow. So I'll go ahead and bring that back in as well. So grab your color, whatever color you're going to use for Santa's mittens, and get your crochet hook. Oh goodness, where's my crochet hook, you guys? Hang on, hang on. I thought I had everything. I do. I just had it over here because I was making the birdhouse. Okay, I've got my hook. So I'm using my F hook here. Okay, and we're starting off. So for the belt, we start with a chain 4. All right, so wrap it around and we'll get our slip knot on our hook here. I'm glad your Boggy Creek blanket's going good, Samantha. Blankets are such a labor of love. Oh my goodness. They can take such a long time. So we're just chaining 4, you guys. So just yarn over, pull through. That's it. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over and pull through. Okay, so there's a chain of 4. Then we single crochet into the second chain from our hook. All right, and then we're going to do another 2 more single crochets, just working back up the chain there. All right, then when you reach the end, you chain 1 and turn, and you just single crochet back. So it's a band, right? And so we're going to be doing this for quite some time. So we're just building up this long rectangle that'll be our belt here for Santa. Got to fit around his holly jolly belly. So while we're doing this, because as I said, we're going to just repeat this, chain 1 and turn at the ends, single crochet 3 times, chain 1 and turn at the ends, and just keep going back and forth, back and forth. We got to do this 60 rows. So we could just chit chat for a while, you know? We've got Lana's here. Lana, are you working on anything? And Margaret, are you working on anything? Beth, are you working on anything? Are we all working on Santa? No. I love that you're hanging out with me. This is really just to live on my channel. It's a replay video series, you know, so everybody can make a Santa for the holidays. But I am very excited about this one just because I'm making some fun additions to it. And I think the woodland theme is going to be really fun. Maybe put some moss on his coat even. Ooh, that could be fun. Right? Just mossify everything. I was thinking about actually adding, maybe, I don't know what you guys think, but I was thinking of actually taking like a strand of lights and coiling it up the staff and having a light going into the house so that the house lights up. It's just like in a vision in my head. So tell me if you think that would be a good idea, or am I going too crazy? Moss, lights, you know, 2 turtle doves, all the things, right? Hello, Mandy. How are you? Welcome in. We're just going back and forth here for 60 rows as we build up a belt. So, you guys, I was driving all over the place this morning. My brain was not engaged, I think, so I had an appointment I needed to get to, and of course went to the wrong place. I went to a different location than the one that I needed to be at. And so because you get there 15 minutes early, they put a note in there saying I went to the wrong one. I had to hop back on the freeway, get to the other location, and I did manage to get there in time, luckily. So I checked in at one location and I arrived at the correct location, and then I had to go back afterwards because Dutch Bros was over closer to the other location. So I was just all over the place this morning, you guys. It was kind of comical. Oh my goodness. Lana says, working on a stocking by Creative Grandma. Ran out of yarn for my shawl. Get more next Friday. So back to stockings. Looking for the tutorial on TV. Sorry I didn't do the rock chat today, but I decided to wait till I get my rock space cleaned up and arranged, hopefully this weekend. Yeah, I was kind of worried that you were going to do it this morning because I had forgotten that I had this appointment. So I'm like I said, I'm all over the place, you guys. Forgot I had the appointment. Then I remembered this morning, and then I was like, oh no, I wonder if Margaret's going to do her rock chat, because I wanted to be there for that. So I wouldn't have been able to. But now, just keep me posted when you're going to be on, and then I can try to make sure that I'm there for you. I know, don't you hate that? Oh my gosh. That kind of stuff happens to me, you guys. I feel like this is why it's Frizzy Bee, right? Like I'm all over the place. I don't know where I am half the time, except for when I'm here with you guys. Oh my goodness. I think that's why the lives are good, because it's like I don't have to think about it. I just come in, we hang out, we chat, we get work done, and I don't have to edit anything, so I don't have to focus on that. Lana wants to know, Margaret, what you're talking about with the rock space chat. Lapidary work. Have a rock saw, cabbing machine, and other tools for making rocks ready for jewelry. Yeah, so polishing them and such, right? Turning them from what you find in the dirt or in mines and things into something that you can wear for jewelry. So pretty. Yes, tons of rocks. You know, Margaret, okay, I have a question for you. And I'm hoping you have an answer. So my son, I've mentioned this before, he's very into rocks, gems, and geodes, and he has his rocks all basically in like a bin, but they're not organized, and I think it would be fun to somehow organize them, but I don't know. Do you have any kind of organizational suggestions for rocks? Because you're so heavy, you know? So I just don't know what to do with that. Or I feel like he might play with them more or look at them more if they were organized, but this is my constant struggle with my son, trying to get that boy to be organized. Hi, Dazzling Action. Kind of figured out how to align things better. It's tacking stitches and more math, yeah. I think Margaret gets a lot of hers by Lake Michigan, right, Margaret? because that's where you must live close enough to there. We get our rocks just from different places. We get ours from kits. He'll find some online that he wants me to buy him, and then he'll bring the computer over to me. Mom, look at this. I found this on Etsy, or I found this on here or there. And then you go to those, you know, you go to like fairs and stuff like that. Notoriously, they will have a booth, and the booth will be somebody that is into rocks. And so when he sees that, his eyes just light up, and then there goes the money that I brought with me, because he gets like, oh my gosh, I have to have all of them. I have to like rein him in a little bit, because he would go crazy. Had a random power outage for a few seconds, Mandy. Oh no, I hope it's back to normal. Hi, Kimberly. Okay, so Margaret gets hers hunting on the beach, and bought some as well. Yeah, it's really fun. It's so interesting to see all the different rocks and stuff, how pretty they are. All right. I don't think I'm anywhere near my 60 rows here, but I'll count here pretty soon. I probably need to do just as many. Well, hello to you, Miss Angie. How are you this morning? We are making Santa's belt. So it's basically just a really long rectangle. So 60 rows, basically, of single crocheting 3 times, chain 1, and turn. Nice and easy. So you've been doing lapidary work for 7 years, but I've been collecting most of your life. Oh, very cool. Yeah, every time we go to Seaside, I'm always looking for interesting things. Very rarely, though, do I ever find anything on the beach. At least not that beach, you know. What did I find? We found a starfish one time, like a dried up starfish, small one. We found a mussel shell that was mostly intact. Yeah, it's like mostly intact shells, you know, but not a lot of things. I can't even find full sand dollars. They're all like bunched and broken up and such. You'll see like the claw crabs all over, just the claws of the crabs. Like the seagulls have gotten to them. Yes, it is very therapeutic crocheting. That's right. You're just going back and forth. You don't have to think about it. Not a thinking one yet. Then we'll do his little belt buckle, which will give us a little pop of color on there. Yeah, I bet. Well, Oregon, so technically Seaside is in Oregon. Even though it doesn't feel like when we're driving there that we're leaving Washington, but we are, I guess. But I think the reason why we don't find a lot is because by the time we get out there, it's probably already been picked over, because I think you have to go pretty early in the morning to get the stuff that's washed up overnight, and we never get there in time. We always get there after people have already picked over the good stuff. We get all the bunched up stuff or broken up stuff. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's very true. I wonder if there's any nearby me. We'll have to take a look. I'm sure my son would just absolutely love that. Well, hello, David. How are you? What are you up to? Hey, David, has Shai ever tried to teach you how to crochet or knit? I told my husband I'm going to try to teach him, and I want to film it because he's very quick-witted, and I'm sure there'll be some funny moments in that video. Or maybe we'll go live, that way he can't, like, you know, it can't be edited out. It'll just be there. It'll just be that funny. All right, let me count. It will twist, but that's okay. It's going to go around his belly, so it'll straighten out. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Am I counting that right? It's hard to see. Okay, hang on. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 4, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46. And then there was one at the end. That's 47. Okay. We still have a little ways, but it's not too bad. Doing good. Having, ooh, nice. Having a pint of ale. Just relaxing. And she hasn't tried that yet. Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. Hello, my dear. We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I was asking David if you've ever tried to teach him to crochet or to knit, and he says you have not yet. Do you have any interest in learning, David? It's like a fun pastime, you know, no pressure. My husband is he's like into the video game and guitar scene, so he has never tried to do yarn crafts yet. Shy, I'm going to miss your premiere, my dear, because I'm going to be working on Santa, but I hope it goes well. I bet she could teach you. You can make something. That would be fun. All right, so I think we're probably getting close, but not there yet. I think maybe just a few more, and then we'll do another count. Hi, Arts and Anthropods. That's right. Could be amusing. Yes. See, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think it would be an amusing video. I think it would be funny for me and for him, and hopefully for everyone watching. I don't see him sitting there crocheting next to me. Like, I don't think he would want to pick it up again. But you never know. I mean, he might, you know. Hello, my dear. Hi, Dawn. How's it going? Thank you, Shy. Thank you. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm going to do another count, you guys. Let's see. Okay, let me do one more because I need it to be an even amount, and I know I'm not at that point. So let's do one more, and then we'll see how many more I need to do. Otherwise, I think we're getting there. Let's see. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58. 2 more. Almost done. Almost done. Hey, you never know, right? You never know. Maybe he will. It'll be this like newfound passion of his. I told him he would be called Mr. Frizzy when he comes on. So we were trying to figure out what our kids could be called because I plan to try to teach them soon. So I was trying to think about what to call them. Okay, so there's our 60. All right, so that's your long belt so far. Now we're going to do row 61. So we'll chain 1 and turn. Okay, here we go. So chain 1 and turn. We're going to single crochet in the first one. And then we're chaining 2. Well, hello, Viney Maple. How are you? So we're chaining 2. Okay. All right. And then we're going to skip 1. So that's center 1. And then single crochet in the last one. Okay. So you see that? You're creating like a little bit of a loop there, or a little hole, which is what you want. All right. So now just go ahead and do another chain 1 and turn. Then we'll do another single crochet in that first one. Now you're going to single crochet into that chain 2 space. Okay, so just through that hole right there. All right, and then again, another single crochet. If I can find the stitch, there we go. Okay, now chain 1 and turn again. All right, 3 single crochets, so just back across. Here we go. James and Lizzie B. That'd be cute. Oh, you're testing a pattern. What is it? Is it an Ami? Okay, chain 1, turn around. Okay. Now we're going to do a single crochet. All right. And then we'll do a chain 2, skip 1 again, and a single crochet. If I can get, it's like I can't get the second one. There we go. We got it. Okay. So we did our chain 2, skip 1, single crochet 1, chain 1 and turn again. Okay. And then we're going to do single crochet and then a single crochet in that space. And then another single crochet. That's right. Here we go. And then that's it. Okay, so that's the belt. Now you can take your little yarn, or take your hook out, excuse me, cut away the end and tie it off. All right, so that's that. So set that aside. Oh, you're doing a wolf right now. Nice. Crochet Me's 80. Oh, yes, I saw that he was putting that up. Very cool. Okay, where were we? Okay, we're doing the belt buckle, guys. So grab your pretty belt buckle yarn right here. So this is my pretty belt buckle yarn. It's the Lion brand Bonbons. And okay, here we go. And this is easy, you guys. It's just a chain. That's all it is. It's just a chain. Oh, you're vending. My school's markets today. Yay! Oh, that's exciting. You got a lot to sell. All right, so we're just doing our slip knot on our hook. And we're just chaining, you guys, okay? And then this will just stitch down in a rectangular shape to make the belt buckle when we're ready to assemble. So we need to do a total of 26. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Yeah, I hope you have a good time. You'll have to let us know how that goes. So when we stitch it down, right, we're going to make this into that rectangular belt buckle shape. So that's giving us that little belt buckle sort of shape that we'll stitch down later. All right. So now you're going to leave a tail because you're going to need to sew it down, as we said. Take your loop, pull your thread through it, and tie it off, okay? And if you're curious to know what those spaces were on the belt buckle that we made, these little holes right here, when we are going to assemble the belt, okay, so if you can envision a minute here. So if this is around his belly, and we're going to put the buckle on the front, we're going to actually stitch a couple of little buttons on the back, and that's going to hold the belt together. So that's what those are for. That creates the little loops for the buttons to go through. So the buttons will be sewn onto the back of where the buckle head is. All right, I'm just giving you that visualization for later. One wonders why the Pilgrims had belt buckles on their hats and their shoes. Right? Too many belt buckles. Oh my gosh. Okay. We're going to start on the mittens. So I have to adjust here for a second. So, this is like the last time I do a landscape pattern, you guys. I don't know why I did it on this one, but I did. Okay. So find your color you plan to use for your mittens. I'm going to do that same dark brown that I'm doing for his belt, but you could have it be a dark green or a red, depending on your Santa color. Okay, I'm going to shift my arms here, and actually, bear with one more second because I see it's kind of dark, so let me just get a little bit more light on it. How's that? Is that better? Get a little more light on the subject here. Buckle up. That's right. You prep for 3 weeks? Lots of inventory. That's great. It's very golden. Yes, this is, it's called Lion brand Bonbons. It comes in a pack with a whole bunch of different colors that all have that pretty sparkle in there. It's kind of thin yarn, so it would be cute if you held it with another thread too, if you wanted to kind of make up something a little thicker. Oh, no worries. Your son took over the TV. Back and forth lurking and crocheting. Sounds good, Lana. Goodbye. Okay, so we're going to start on his right mitten, and we're starting with a chain of 14. So get your slip knot on your hook here, and we'll chain 14, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. There we go. There's our chain. Slip stitch into the first chain, so you go through the V of the first chain. All right, pull the loop from your working yarn and then just pull it through, and that creates the ring of the mitten there. So I just pull the tail to the front. I'll place my stitch marker. Actually, you know what? Hang on. First chain to join. Okay, we're chaining 3. So let's do that first. 1, 2, and 3 chains. Then place your stitch marker. Here we go. Okay. And that counts as your first double crochet. So now we're doing double crochets around. So you're going to yarn over and go into the next. Hang on, I can't see it. There it is. Okay. So dark brown is almost as annoying as black. It's hard to see the stitches. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, going into the next. Okay, yarn over, pull through 2, and just keep doing that all the way around. Nice to see you all as well, or nice to see you, David. Sorry. This is me multitasking. I get mush mouth sometimes. Have a wonderful rest of your night, David. All right, and we're going to pull through 2 and then yarn over, pull through 2. So we're building this up, and that's going to be like the kind of the cuff around the mitten that we're going to do right now. All right. Sounds good. And have fun at your premiere, Shy. All right, so we're yarning over, going into the next one. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we'll just keep on going. Okay. Are you leaving too, Maple, or are you sticking around and hanging out? All right, so we're going to go into the next here. Going around and around. Yeah, she's got her premiere. I think it's talking about what she's knit in the past, I don't know if it was month or week, what the video is saying, but that should be cute. I'm sure you get lots of views of her cat Cheddar, who is adorable, and he's always getting in the picture. All right, I believe we've got this last one here, and I'm just going to count really quick and make sure we've got the right amount. So we counted this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I was like, oh my gosh, did I end up with 2 more? No, I didn't. It's 14. Okay, good. We've got the right amount, you guys. This is good. Okay. So we're going to do a slip stitch to join. So just going into that first chain space there, slip stitch to join. Okay, so that's created the little cuff there. And then in the back loops only, we're going to do, I can't even read that, it's so small. 5 single crochets and a decrease, I believe is what it says. Hang on. I should be wearing my glasses. Okay, 5 single crochets and a decrease. All right, so let's place our stitch marker because we're done with the double crochets. So place your stitch marker. So in the back loops, we're leaving the front loops so that we get that nice ridge around, okay? So there's a kind of a separation there. Oh, sounds good, Viney Maple. Get to hang out for a little bit longer. Okay, so in the back loops only, we're going to do 5 single crochets. So here's 1, 2, 3. Oh, nice. You get the TV back, Lana. Woohoo! There's 4 and 5. Now we're going to do our decrease here. So going into the first one, going into the second one, yarn over, pull through all the loops. Okay, now do that again. So 5 single crochets in the back loops only. 2, 3, sorry about that, you guys, 4, 5, and our decrease. So going into the first one, grabbing a loop, going into the second one, grabbing a loop, yarn over, and pull through your loops. Okay, so you can see, hopefully within the light, you can see that nice front loop only ridge. So it's kind of like, you know, when you have the mittens that are cuffed, that's what that's giving you, that effect. All right, place your stitch marker again. For the next rounds, we're just going single crochet around, okay? So we'll just keep on going around and around up until the 5th one. So we'll go, what is that? 3 rounds of single crochets. Oh, good. You're saving them up. Maybe next year for Christmas time. That'd be awesome. I know. I do that too, Lana. I save things in playlists. I want to get back into, I would like to maybe make an art journal with like watercolor paper and actually get back into painting. And I've saved some little whimsical tutorials where this gal goes and she makes these cute little, just simplistic, whimsical houses and things that they're just so cute, you know, little lighthouses, and they'll have little hanging signs and things like cafe and, you know, all that kind of stuff. A little bird here and there, but they're not super detailed and they look very simple. So I thought I could kind of dip my toes in again to painting with watercolors by following along with some of her videos. Well, hello, Miss Rita. How are you today? Nice to see you again. We've all been hanging out in the YouTube streets, right? Going from one live to another this morning. All right, so I should have one more here. 2, here we go. Yeah, you're gonna get, oh, you do some painting too? You do acrylic. I don't have the patience for watercolor. Yeah, I was thinking that I would start. So I want to make a watercolor, since I've been making journals and stuff. I would like to make a little small one. Like, I'm thinking small, you know. That way it's not overwhelming for me, because when I get a giant sketchbook or a giant paint book or whatever, and it's those huge pages, it's like it gets very overwhelming. So I think if I start small, and then it won't feel that way. And I follow some tutorials, because then I have a guideline and then I can break off and do my own things again. I think that that'll be a good way to dip my toe in. So, okay, we've done our first 5 rounds here. So we're going to go and do the next one. So number 6 is starting with 5 single crochets. So let's start with that. So 1, 2, sitting still in my chair, knitting on Barbie clothes for a Christmas gift for 4-year-old. That's awesome. Sitting still. Oh, you did too much yesterday. What were you doing yesterday, Rita? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 2 more. You guys, my arms are like so sore, and I think part of it is from holding those blankets up yesterday that I made, because they're so heavy. But I also do this silly thing with my kids, and they wanted me to do it 3 times a piece 2 nights ago, and it's actually hoofing them up. My son is 11, and I'm like swinging him around, so my arms are sore today. I did too much. Anyway, okay. So we've done 5 single crochets. We're going to skip 4. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're skipping those 4 for now, because we'll pick them up later to make his thumbkins. And speaking of thumbs, you guys, make sure you've hit the thumbs up. All right. Okay, so we're skipping the next 4, and then we're just going to single crochet 3 in the end there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have 3 more. So we're going to go into the next one here, the 5th stitch from our last, and we're just going to finish that round. All right, so we're just jumping around here to make the upper part of the mitten. Here we go. Lurking and working. Haven't painted a picture in years. I do quick sketches and design ideas occasionally. Awesome. Painting is fun. Page of swatches with different amounts of pigment or brush pressure gets me going too surprisingly. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate the thummies. Thumbkins, right? Okay, so we've finished that. Now rows or rounds 7 and 8, just single crochet rounds. So nice and easy, okay? So just for 2 rounds. And Rita says, yesterday I was grocery shopping. Whoops, here we go. In the snow, then made dinner, baked lefts, and made boric for hubby, and vacuumed too much, and my spoons are used up for the weekend. So you're throwing in the towel. You're done for the weekend. I love it. Oh my gosh, last night, you guys, my kids, we were just trying to sit down to dinner. They had already eaten, and they were like wanting to make slime with this kit that my son has. We don't need your help. We don't need your help. It's okay. We just want to make it. We'll make it up here. We'll be out of the way. Famous last words. Of course they needed my help. You know, my daughter added too much activator, so it wasn't working very well. My son didn't want to touch it because it was gross. Anyway, I ended up eating quickly so I could assist and help them make it into something a little bit more manageable, and we went from there. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's your back. I don't feel my legs today. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, shopping in the snow, doing anything much in the snow is not easy. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Yep. All right, so we've done our 2. So we're going to place our stitch marker here. And then now we're going to do our decreasing round. So we're doing first 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and then we'll do an invisible decrease. So that's through the front loops only, or you could do regular decrease. So go through the front loop of the first one next there, go through the second one next door. These again are just the front loops. Yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops. Okay, that's invisible decrease. Okay, I know. Isn't that the whole point of slime? To be disgusting? Yeah. Yeah, he didn't want to touch. No, he's got like, he's on the spectrum and he has some sensory things. And so he was like so eked out by it. He likes to play with it when it's the right texture. But if it's not the right texture, like it wasn't, it's like skeeves him, I think. Okay, so now we're just finishing off this round with our decrease. And then we'll slip stitch in the next and fasten off. Okay. Leaving not a huge tail, just enough because we need to close the gap. So we'll leave that to close the gap. And then let's just do that real quick. Lana, it's so funny. When we moved here from California, because I'm from the Bay Area, that first winter was like every 8 years they have a really bad snowstorm here. Well, that was the winter that had the snowstorm, and my husband and I were not used to snow at all. So we ended up here. We're just going through the front loops only, you guys. So we're going to weave in and out of the front loops as we are closing the gap. But yeah, so we went to the movies. No snow. It was fine. Get out of the movies and everything is covered in snow. Everything. It was crazy. I mean, we didn't even have coats. It was like crazy, you guys. We didn't even have coats. And then we had a hard time getting home. All the cars were like running off the side of the roads and stuff. It was ridiculous. And it was just like, yep, I'm from California. I'm not used to this. Sounds good. Thanks for hanging out, Viney Maple. Made salmon for the hubby, fish stew. Oh, that sounds delicious. Okay, so we've just closed that gap there. Okay, and then you can come out somewhere else. Okay, and then you can just fasten off. Okay, and then tuck it in, hide it in somewhere in the middle there. Boop. Here's the, starting to get a little bit of a mitten shape there. So let's clip away and tuck in that end. Here we go. Okay. Now we need to make the Mr. Thumb, our thummy thumbkin here. So you're going to grab your strand again, make a slip knot on your hook. Okay. Not really, Lana. My husband is. He's from New York. He's very adequate at driving in the snow. So if there is snow, he will be the one driving, not me. I can't get used to it. I just don't trust myself. Okay, let me move my screen here a little bit so that you guys can see the pattern. There we go. Do you see your mouse do that? I swear, I can never get my eye on the mouse half the time. There we go. Now you can see. All right. So we've got our slip knot on our hook. We're going to single crochet into the first skipped stitch that was on the mitten, okay? And then let's pick that up. So if you're looking at your mitten, gosh, I hope you guys can see this. Can you see this? You see there's the 4 stitches that we skipped, right? So we were working this direction. So this is the first one here. All right, so we're going to single crochet to connect into that first stitch. And my little tail's getting in the way here. All right, so single crochet to connect. There we go. And then let's see. And then we're just going to do 3 more single crochets. So you're just picking up and making a little bit of a higher round here for the thumb so that it stands out, right? So let's get that 4th stitch. There we go. Okay, so we've built it up a little bit there. And then now we'll slip stitch into the first, so this joins the ring. So find your first one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and just make sure you're picking up both those loops. And grab that stitch. And it's gonna give me a hard time because that's what happens, right? That's what happens during the lives. And we're like, okay, we just go with it. Here we go. So I've picked it up. And I've lost most of my stitch. Hang on, you guys. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Okay, here we go. Get you back on. There. And now I'm picking this up. We're slip stitching to connect. And then we're doing the same thing we did on the other mitten half. So we're going to clip it away. Okay, tying off that end. And then now we're going to weave this through the front loops only. And then tighten it so that we can close up our little thumb here. So we're going from the outside to the inside of the V, then through the next V's center back to the outside. So that's the weaving part. And then gently pull, but don't pull too tight until you get through all of them, okay? So outside in to the V, and then from the V's center back to the outside. Then you can pull to close that little gap, okay? And then if you need to, if there's any kind of like a gap or a little hole area, where's my camera? Sorry, guys. If there's a little gap or a little hole there that you want to stitch, then you can take this tail and just kind of take a couple tucking stitches right here, just to kind of make sure that there's no gap there. So I'm just going to do that because mine has a little bit of a gap. And that's going to depend on what yarn you're using, your tension, all those things, okay? So it's just to make sure that there's no hole there. And then we can go ahead and fasten off our strand of yarn. And we've just done one of the mittens. Yay! 1 mitten down. Making headway. Okay. Clipping that one away. All right. So there's 1 mitten. This was the end that we had, so you can just tuck that in as well. That was the initial end. So I'm just going to go back in through the thumb. Okay. But there's our little mitten. So there's one. It kind of looks like a hot pad, right? But if you can envision it, if I stick my finger in there, you can kind of see that it's like a little mitt, right? Like a little claw mitt. One of those kind, right? So there's one. All right, so set that aside and grab your yarn again. So rounds 1 through 6 are going to be the same as the right mitten. So let me just pull it back up again. So rounds 1 through 6 are the same. Here we go. Now you guys can see it. Okay. Starting with the chain of 14. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. There we go. Starting again. We're going to make our ring. So we're going into that first chain through the center of the V and doing a slip stitch to connect. All right. You can pull your little tail here through the ring. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Place your stitch marker. There we go. Okay. And now we're going to count that as our first double crochet, and we'll go around doing double crochets, 1 in each one. So you're yarning over and going into that back loop there. Yarning over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and just keep on going around with your doubles. All right. So what is everybody doing this weekend? Does anyone have any fun plans? Getting ready for if you're in the States, are you getting ready for the holiday? My kids are having a half day today is what I'm hearing. And then they said that they're having half days Monday, Tuesday, and then they're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for the holiday. So that should be fun. All right, so we're just going around with that first chain of 3 that ends up with 14 doubles. There we go. And just keep on going. Okay. No plans for the weekend, you guys? Do I have any plans this weekend? I don't even know. I don't think so. I think I could, I don't know. I need to work on my projects. I have Christmas things I need to work on. So maybe I'll take those up and try to get some of those worked on this weekend. All right, I'm just double checking again that I didn't miss any. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, I did one extra one. Got a little overzealous there. No plans for Lana. Going to a turkey bingo event at the school tonight. That sounds like fun. All right, slip stitch to connect in that first chain of 3 and go ahead and place your stitch marker. Okay. So we're going to do in the back loops only 5 single crochets and then a decrease. Okay, so there's 1, 2. Figure out what I'm making for Thanksgiving dinner. Do you have to make the whole thing yourself, or are others coming to help you? Or so we've got 4 and 5. And then we'll do our decrease here. Okay, then do that one more time. Don't usually do a turkey. Yeah, it's kind of become this running joke, I feel like, for Thanksgiving. Notoriously, something always happens with the turkey. It's either like falling off the bone over it, just but dry as all get out, or I don't know. It's just so funny. We can never get the turkey to come out right. So I think my brother's actually taking it on this year. He's going to use one of his cookers that he has. So that should be good. All right, and then we're doing our decrease in this last one again here. Okay, replace your stitch marker. The hubby, you, and Icy, right? Your dog. I bet he probably would enjoy lots of that turkey. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're just single crocheting around in both loops, you guys. And we'll do that through round 5. So just going round and around we go. Hello. Oh, I'm so glad you found my channel. Okay, do you pronounce your name Sari? Sari? Let me know so I say it correctly. Is it Sari Fairy? So it rhymes? Because that works for my brain, if that's the case. What's a good idea? What, using a cooker for your turkey? Margaret, I'm all over the place. You got to clue me in on what I said. I don't know. So we're just round and round we go here. All right. So it is. It's Sari. Okay. Sari Fairy. Got it. It's very nice to have you here, my dear. It's so fun going in and hanging out in the YouTube streets, and you get to see all these different lives, and I get to see so many familiar faces, and it's fun when they pop into my channel too. Oh yes, so Icy can have some. That's right. So your puppy dog can have some. I'm sure he would love that. I'm sure my Arthur would also probably love that. Was it last night? No, it wasn't last night. It was 2 nights ago. We had some chicken. And he's such a prima donna. Like we tried to give him some, but excuse me, the piece was too large. He wouldn't eat it. I had to actually break it up smaller for him. And then he's devouring it. So he kind of like turned his nose at it until I made it smaller into little smaller quantities, and then he scarfed it down. Like, excuse me. But I bet he'll try the turkey, I'm sure. Okay, so there we have it. There's our 5. We've gotten to round 5 there. So round 6, since we're still doing the same thing on round 6, we have to do 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. And then we'll do a skipping 4 to leave room for the thumb. So 1, where's my stitch here? Again, dark brown, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, there we go. And then we're gonna then pick up the 5th one, and we'll do a single crochet in that 5th one from where we were, and then single crochet in those last 2. So now we've created a smaller circle that we're going around, and left the others unworked until we pick them up later to make the thumb. Yeah, right? Get more of it than you guys did. Turkey and chicken. Yeah. Okay. So now let me scroll down, because now we're starting on the left mitten side. So let me scroll down so you guys can see. Here we go. So rounds 7 through 10, we are going to go ahead and just do single crochets around. So the difference here is that it's longer. The front part of the hand, or the mitten, is longer. And the reason for that is because it needs to wrap around your staff. So the staff will go through that center hole of the mitten, and that's how it holds it. But the other mitten does not need to be as tall, because that one is just, you're ringing your wreath around it. So it doesn't need to have that giant like top part of the mitten. What do you call that? I want to call it the claw, but I know that's not right. Whatever you call that part of the mitten. Do cooked chicken in the food processor because I mix it with his regular food. If I leave it in big chunks, he will pick it out and leave it. Grinding it forces him to eat it. Yes. Oh my goodness. I know our pets are such, like, they just have, it has to be so perfect for them, you know? My cat Merlin used to eat wet food. I could get him to eat wet food, and boy cats especially really should be eating the wet food because of their urinary tracts. They can have issues if they don't have that moisture in there. I cannot for the life of me get him to eat wet food. I've tried so many times. I've tried different wet foods, and what he does is he sniffs it and then he tries to bury it. Like, I don't like this so much, I'm going to try to bury it. It's that, or maybe he's thinking I'll save it for later, but the problem is Arthur wouldn't allow that. Arthur will just go and scarf up his portion, then scarf up Merlin's portion. So I can't wait, you know, for Merlin to decide that he wants to eat the wet food. Yeah, your boy cat doesn't like wet food either. He used to eat it, you guys. I don't know what changed. There was one wet food I could get him to eat, and it was a beef flavor. And then he stopped eating it when it was room temperature. But then, you know, when you split the can, you put the rest in the fridge. When it was cold, then he'd eat it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. It's just like having other kids, you know? You're like having to cater to their little taste bud whims and such. Oh my goodness. Okay, got to do another one here. We're just going around and around, you guys. Icy's buried his kibble in the backyard. Gosh, you really thought you were going to hold that from him, huh? He's like, oh, I might not get fed. I better save this for next time. He becomes like a kibble hoarder, you know? All right. I'm a little worried with this, my staff. So the one I'm planning to use for this Santa is actually a lot wider. I actually think I might need to do more, you guys. That, or I'm going to have to glue it on because it's not going to fit around there. Let's see. Bear with. On the last ones that I did, which were much thinner. Yeah, here, actually, let me pull this Santa staff out. So this is the Santa staff with the 2 turtle doves on there, you guys. So see how it's a lot thinner than this one? This is like a beastie stick here. But so see how this would curl around, because then I would do the decrease round and then it would fit around the stick. I think I need to do more, you guys, to fit around that giant stick. That, or I just need to not do the giant stick. What do you think? Mother-in-law's dog refuses to eat. She's literally hand-fed him food before. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. He didn't like it. Was hoping to get something different. I ate it, Mom. I ate it. See, but now I'm hungry again. Can I have something else? You know, that's so funny. Okay. I think, how do I want to do this, you guys? I really wanted to use this stick, but I think it might be too big. Unless I, like I said, unless I glue it down instead of actually stitching it down and around. But I don't like that idea because it's easier to store it if you can take the stick out. That's my personal, thought on that. Hello, everyone. Hello, Gypsy. Welcome in. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to do more because, so I'm trying to create a ring that can go around my stick. So if you already picked out your stick, then perfect. Use that as your gauge, okay? You just need to build it up enough so that you'll be able to stitch the other part down around here and create that ring around the staff. That's what you need. All right, so I'm going to just build mine up a little further. because I really want to use this staff. I think it's perfect for what I have in mind. Because I'm going to do the tree house. So I want the tree house to sit on the top of the staff versus my other ones that I've done before, which have the branches sticking out and then I put the turtle doves on there. So I'm going to have a tree house that will have a stick that comes out the front and then I can put a turtle dove on that. So Still's hungry and he eats his food. I'll give him some of his jerky treats later in the evening. Yeah, I know dogs are often hungry, or they're not really hungry. They just want to eat. But that's kind of true for people too, right? We're like that too. Okay. So we're just going round and round until we can get that height that we need. So I know it looks kind of funny, like when you see it like this, but after you stitch it down, it doesn't. It just looks like part of the mitten. So just keep on going. These lights are hot, you guys. I mean, they don't actually get hot, but they just make me feel hot. They do illuminate my hands better though, so it's worth it. All right, I'm going to do one more and then I'll do another test around. Ah. Boop. I'm using that yarn that I used for the back side of the wreath, which has flex in it too. And I'm running out of it, unfortunately, and I don't know what kind of yarn it is too. So I'm using that though for the birdhouse. And it has flicks, so I wonder if it's the same brand or not, but I did look it up on Joann's because I was trying to see if I could get another skein. And I don't see one that's the exact color, so I'm not really sure what brand it was. I should have kept the label. I wasn't thinking, you guys. Okay, let's see. So we're going to have one more round. I think I need to do maybe, let me do one more single crochet round. My stick is molting, and then I will do the decrease one. All right. So let's go one more time around, and then we'll do the decrease. So again, you're only doing these extra ones if you have a thicker branch like I have. If you have a thinner branch, use that as your gauge for how long this part of your mitten needs to be. Okay. All right, let's do our decrease round. It looks so funny. It's like a nose or something. I don't know. All right, we're going to do our decrease round. So we got to do 2 single crochets and then our invisible decrease. So 1, 2, invisible decrease. So front loops only for me. I'm going into those 2 next stitches, has the front loops, yarn over, pull through those loops, yarn over, pull through those loops. Okay. We'll do that again. So 2 single crochets, visible decrease. Okay. All right. Now we're going to slip stitch in the next. Okay. Cut away. Yeah, that'll be fine. See that? That's what I want. I want him to be able to grip it. So that way I can then remove it as needed. Although it will have to go around the base. I just realized that. Oh no, I think it'll be fine. I can always have my dad assist with making it a little bit thinner if I need to. There we go. Now, let's take our needle again. So grab your yarn needle, if you can find it. There's mine. Thread your needle. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and start weaving again through those front loops only. So going from the outside to the center of the V And then in the next stitch, going from the center of the V back to the outside, gently pull, don't pull it tight just yet. Okay, again, going through the outside in and then the inside out on the next one. There's 2. And just keep on going until you get all the way around. And then we're just going to go ahead and pull that. Here we go. So that's going to close our little tip of our mitten there. All right. So now we're going to be stitching it down, but we can hold off on that for now. Let's just wait until we're ready to assemble. So I'm just going to leave this tail here. I just wanted to close that gap. So I'm going to leave the tail for now. We will work on that on another video. So grab your yarn again. We still need to do our thumbkin. So let's make our slip stitch on our hook, or slip knot on our hook, excuse me. I always say those two like they're interchangeable. They're not. But that's just where my brain goes. So, all right. And with the thumb, it's the same exact thumb as we did on the last one. So we're going to pick up that next stitch here. Make sure you're grabbing the right tail. And we're going to single crochet to connect the yarn. And then we'll single crochet in those last 3. So that'll be a total of 4 stitches for the thumb. Okay, and then you're going to slip stitch in the first one to connect the circle of the thumb. Hang on, let's get it into that center. There we go. Slip stitch to connect, and then cut away and pull it through. Now grab your yarn needle, and we're going to do the same thing. We'll close the gap on the thumb. Okay, so just through the outside into the center of the V on the next stitch, center back to the outside, and then do that one more time since there's 4 stitches on the thumb, like so, and then pull, and that will close up the thumb. And then again, if you have any kind of a gapping between the thumb and your the other part of your mitten, just kind of do a couple of little whip stitches to connect the 2 sides, okay? If you've got any of those little gaps. There we go. All right. Now you can fasten this one off. So I just usually tie a knot, but picking up one of the stitches, making sure I get the whole thing and not splitting the yarn. Otherwise, your knot will not go to the inside. It will stay nice and prevalent on the outside. And I lift it up to see where the gap is underneath, coming out somewhere else, and then gently pull to tuck the knot in and clip away that end. All right, so that's your second mitten. So now we can set that aside. We will use those later on. All right, and now we can start on the coat, you guys. Yay! All right, so we are going to move back over to this side like so. I'm going to move myself, boop, and then I can scroll down. Okay, so you need to decide, and hopefully you've thought about it at this point, but you need to decide what color you're going to make your coat. So if you're going to be using, if you're going to be making the red coat, then obviously you need your red yarn. If you're going to be making the country blue, get that. I'm using the olive green. So that's what I've got here. All right, so I'm going to set my mittens over by all my other pieces that we've been making lately for Santa. Take a sip of my coffee. Anybody have some good beverages that you're sipping on? I can get rid of my dark brown yarn right now. I don't need that. Okay, here we go. So now we're going to chain 56. Okay, so we're starting with that whole width, right, of the coat. So let's start off by getting our slip knot on our hook as usual. And then chain 56, okay? So we'll be counting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 27, 28, 39, 56. Okay, there's the length of our coat. Okay, and now we're just going to single crochet into the second chain from our hook here. There we go. And then single crochet in the remaining 54 stitches. So we're just working back and forth. Okay, so this is not a in the round piece. This is a flat piece here. So we're just working around. Hi, Kim. How are you? Did you finish your work day already? I guess that makes sense. It's 11:11 my time, which means it's in the afternoon after lunchtime for you. Did you get any new stories to tell us tomorrow morning? Kim, if you don't know already, is a lunch lady, so she's always got really good stories to tell in the morning. We've got some, you get the angel kids, and then you get the kids that are a little bit less than angels, right? They like to draw the lines and see if you'll cross them, or if you'll just like kowtow to them. You survived. Good. I'm glad you survived. Oh my gosh. Another day. Hey, I feel like I'm making a Bravo. Look, it's curling like the little Bravo worm. Yeah, of course will not curl as you build it up, but for now, it's going to curl. So we're just working on down the line. I saw, I don't know if you saw Kim, Miss C was on before I came on, and she was wearing one of your ponchos, one of your poncho designs. It was very pretty. She had it done in the jewel tones like Margaret likes. I love them too, actually. I'm excited to see, though, how your the thing that you're making, if you made it into a poncho with less holiness to it, I'll say, with a little bit of a change in the pattern, how that's going to turn out, because that's such pretty yarn that you're using. It's got like sparkle in it. Yeah, I hope you're feeling okay, Kim. All right, so we're almost to the end here, and then we are going to continue opening Happy Mail from Miss C. Another Happy Mail? Didn't she send because she sent you the Sun Bunny? Didn't she send you that recently? That's awesome. She's showering you with Happy Mail. I love that. All right, so we just finished the first one. All right, see? Nice long coat here. All right, so we're just chaining one. This is how we'll work back and forth, and we're going to go ahead and for the next up to the 7th row, we're just single crocheting back and forth, you guys. So you should still have 55 stitches when you get to the end of that row. So we're just hanging out, doing some single crochets. That's it. I know, I'm like itching to open this Premier Yarns box that I got yesterday. I've thought about it, but then I kind of think I should wait until I'm actually filming my unboxing video, and it's supposed to get me the second box on Sunday is what the ETA has told me, so I'll have 2 giant boxes. It's actually quite heavy. I was surprised that it was quite heavy with all the yarn in there. So $100 worth of yarn in a box can be quite heavy. Here we go. Are you working on Bravos, Kim? Oh, yeah. And so you guys, can you tell me? Maybe you could tell me. Hang on. Let's see. Since this is all I have left, can you guys tell me what yarn this is? Do you see how it's got bits in there? It's got like little lighter brown bits, little black sort of squiggly bits. Tell me if you know what yarn this is so I can buy more. This is all I have left. I'm worried it's not going to be enough. It's enough for my tester birdhouse that I'm working on, but it's not going to be enough if I want to make a one on the camera here, which I do. So I wanted to see if I could get another skein of it. So many Bravos, yes. Lots of little wormies. Maybe woolies. I'll have to check that. You might be right. You might be right, Kim. I looked up, I want to say it was Red Heart has one similar. That did not have that colorway though. And then I looked up, there was another one that also had a similar one. It might have been a Big Twist, but they just don't have that color. Not that I can't go with a different brown, different shade of brown, but I really like that color because it matches the wood staff really well. Well, hello, David. Did you finish your premiere? So I am working on Santa's coat. Yes, I'm making a woodland Santa. So he is going to be very earthy tones. Because I've done the red Santa, I've done the country blue Santa. And so for my own sanity, because I've actually done those two twice because I made my mom a Santa set. So I've done 2 reds and 2 blue outfits, and then this is now going to be a pretty green tone, so I'm excited. And I think I'm going to add some moss to it too. Yeah, drink lots and lots of water, Kim. Good, I'm glad you're feeling better. Okay, so chain 1 and turn. We're just single crocheting across again. Yeah, I think this is going to look really nice. And Kim, I was telling him, right? Green suited Santa. Yes. I am going to use for his collar, the collar and then the edging of his coat instead of like a stark white because that's not very natural tone. I'm going to use this. Kim, look at this. This is that Aran Fleck. I think that's going to go really nice. So I'm excited. That's for another day though. We're just working on the green today or whatever color you're picking. For a Santa tree topper. Oh, that would be cool. I don't have a pattern already made up other than just the Santa one that I have here. He's not a tree topper. Trying to think if there's a... I mean, I suppose we could alter the pattern to make it into a tree topper. You just wouldn't do his boots, right? We'd have to start it with kind of an upside down cone type shape to get it to fit on the tree at the top. But size-wise, he would make a really cool topper, Kim. I think you'd basically have to... You'd have to start the pattern kind of where his belly is. Or so. That way his belly goes around the top of the tree, you know what I mean? So you'd have his belly, his arms, his head, and then you can do his arms holding the staff still. You could do the turtle doves still if you wanted to. Or you could have him holding, instead of holding the staff, you could always have him holding the wreath. You could even take the mittens and have both mittens holding onto the wreath. That would be pretty. But I am working up a pattern to add to this Santa pattern for the tree house. Or not the tree house, the birdhouse, excuse me. And then that could be another fun addition. Maybe you could hold that. That would be another optional add. But yeah, I think I want to take the birdhouse design that I've been putting together since yesterday, and I want to also make a gingerbread house ornament out of it, because I think it would be a really, really cute shape for an ornament. So I think that will be a separate tutorial if we do that one. Maybe we can do that. That'll have to come after Santa, obviously, but yeah. Russian style Saint Nick and have him in a long robe. Yes, there you go. That's a great idea. That is a great idea, Margaret. I know. I'm always thinking of other ways to adjust things, and what, I'll see something and it'll remind me of something else, and so I'll start on that. Yeah, I start a lot of whips, but I also I do finish things too. I'll put that out there. I do finish things. But I do start more than I finish, that's for sure. But yeah, that would be super, super pretty, Margaret. My mom has some Santas like that. She's always collected Santas. That's why I made her the crocheted one. And then she can decide if he wants to change and be the country blue Santa, or if he wants to change and be the traditional, red Santa each year. But now that she'll probably see the green one and be like, I need that outfit too. So I might have to make an extra outfit at least. I could see that. Before Santa, you have Julebuk, Krampus in Sweden. Some creepy goat man. Odd, really. I think I've seen pictures of that. That's so funny. Creepy goat man. Was he like, what was the whole lore with that, with Krampus? Is it like, does he try to steal Christmas? Is he kind of Grinchy? Or I don't know all the back end story to that character. Red Santa's the way to go. Yeah, I think the green will be really pretty. I loved, especially since my mom she collects nutcrackers, or she used to collect nutcrackers, until I think she collected too many, and then she's like, I have nowhere to put all these nutcrackers. Oh my gosh, she eats naughty children. That's terrible. What? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's awful. You just scare children into being nice. That's all. It's not about getting a lump of coal in your stocking. You got to worry about getting eaten by Krampus. Probably not even saying it right. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I know, like all these fairy tales that we've grown up with and we think are one way, and then you read the actual original fairy tale, and you're like, whoa. They really changed that story, because that would have scared a lot of little children, I always got freaked out by the Hansel and Gretel one, the witch that would plump them up and eat them. Old Europe for you. I am saying it right. Okay, Krampus. Yeah. So they hold a parade. So they're just trying to, make him feel better. So he thinks everybody's happy, all is well. Nobody to eat here. A couple of Krampus movies. Grimm's are very grim. Yes. I used to watch Grimm, the show, which actually was filmed up or down here, rather, in Portland area in Oregon. And my cousin for a while lived very near to where the house was where they did the filming. So that was cool. Well, hello, Shy. How did your premiere go? Did you have a lot of people watching? We're talking about Krampus over here. I will not be crocheting a Krampus. I don't know if anybody would tune in for that. Maybe, but I think people want to see the Holly Jolly Santa more. Oh, Grimm was such a good show. That was a really good show. Creepy in some episodes, but very good. Oh, good. I'm glad you had a lot in the chat. Awesome. I know that's always sad when you like I've tried to do last minute premieres thinking, okay, well I could just post the video or I could throw a premiere up there. And this might not happen now, but in the beginning when I had less followers and stuff, nobody would join in and I'm like, so I'm just in the chat by myself. Awkward. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you think there'd be people that would want to see the Krampus tutorial? That might be true. David, I think every time you spell the word Krampus, it comes out differently. He goes by many names. Yeah, there's been some US shows that I really enjoyed. Like Gilmore Girls was a favorite. I would watch and rewatch that one. But most of the shows, I don't tend to rewatch. But I didn't rewatch Grimm, but I did watch the whole series and I did really enjoy that one. The main character's wife started getting mean and you're like, okay, I'm out. I know, I'm like, is it Krampus? Is it Krapus? Krampus? David, you're all over the place. Oh my goodness. That's so funny. I should see where I'm at here. I'm just going back and forth, but we're at 5. I've got 5 here and I need 7. So we're just going back again. It's kind of nice though. It's just relaxing, right? We get to hang out, chit chat, and single crochet back and forth. Nice and easy. We got 2 or 3 episodes in, just don't have patience for series. Yeah. Yep. I know. Some of them, they'll catch you and they'll hold you with your attention, but then there's others where you're just like, oh my goodness. There's been some where they throw in that random, I think Buffy did it at one point. They'll throw in that random musical episode and you're like, I don't know how to take this, because they don't sing normally, and then now all of a sudden they're all breaking out into song, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, it's another one of those episodes. Did Grimm do that? I feel like they might have had a musical episode. I always found those really random, though. It's like either I want to watch a show or I want to watch a musical. When you try to mix the two, it's just kind of weird. You did, Margaret. You know why? Because I went on there with all my different channels and I'm like, subscribe until I got you to 150. I saw you were so close. I think, I was like 99. So I needed one more subscriber to hit over that 100 marker. So I don't know if I've gotten there or not, but that was from this morning. I was like, ooh, I can help Margaret. I'm going to help Margaret. But yes, you guys should check out Margaret's channel. If you could put the word drop, Nightbot will throw your channel up. And anybody else that wants to share their channel in the chat, please do that as well. So I don't mind when you want to promote something on your channel. That's totally fine. I've done that for my other friends too. If they've said, I have another friend that pops in sometimes from Colorado. Her name's Suki. And she had her there's a way you can put the screen of your channel on like live. It'll show you the live subscriber count. So she had her phone was what was filming her video, and she had it filming that screen as she's crocheting and stuff. She's like, I'm trying to hit this or whatever. So I start going on my phone, you know, switch account. And I started doing that. And she's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? It was me. I'm like, yep, I'm going to go on to the different ones that I can, and I'll add a few more. So it's fun. I made her laugh. That's all that counts, right? I like to laugh. Okay, where am I now? 2, 4, 6. Okay, one more, guys. Chain 1 and turn. One more time down the round, or down the row. Miss C was showing this mug on her, she had a live right before this, and it was from the Dollar Tree, and it had like knit and purl sort of look around the outside of it, and oh, it looks so cute. Now I want to go get it. That's right. Well, sometimes, you know, sometimes when you're in the chat and you're talking about your woes of your channel, or you needing subscribers, or you need watch hours or whatever, then sometimes people will pop over and help you out and stuff. I've found that to be true, because we're all very, I think for the most part, everybody is here to help each other, or I like to think so anyway. So yeah, I think that's fun. You kind of start a little chain reaction. So yes, I've noticed we've got Shy's channel up. I think Margaret's maybe came out in there. Sam's was in there, which means, Sam, are you lurking? Did I miss you? Sam, if you're here, say hello. I think I did missed you. Where did you go? There you are. Yes, okay. Yeah, I did read your chat. That's right. You were saying that the characters were getting mean. That's right. Shy, do you do diamond painting too? I didn't know that. I've tried it. Not very successfully though. My kids wanted to get into it too at one point, so I was helping them more than anything with it. I did get myself a paint by number. I think I showed it on one of the other lives, but I got myself, Target had a paint by number that was like super whimsical, and it has a, I think it's a moth. Actually, I have it right here. I'll show you. Little show and tell. Never hurt anybody. But I got this one, you guys. Isn't that pretty? I love it. It's like the first paint by number that I've actually wanted to buy and make. So, yeah, maybe I feel like the only way that I could really take the time to sit and do it is maybe if I just pop on live and I'll just start painting on it. Then I'll feel like I'm multitasking. Oh, you did it for a challenge? The unicorn is on the British coat of arms. Oh, I missed that one. Okay, David said, did you know that Scotland's national animal is the unicorn? I did not know that, David. I did not know that. I knew you would think so, Shy. It was like totally up your alley, just knowing like your style and the things that I've seen. I saw that. I was like, oh, I need this. My husband said, when are you going to have the time to do that? Like all these different things, you know, it's kind of, Margaret was saying her husband passed by when she was doing the rock painting, and he's like, another project? My husband says that too. It's like, yes. But yeah, if I just go on live and hang out with you guys, and then I can work on the painting, I'll get it done. And then I'll feel like I'm helping the channel and I'm getting something else done, right? All right, so we've done 7 back and forths here. Okay, so now chain 1 and turn. We're going to start kind of building up our sides and the back side so we can start to see it take shape here, okay? So first, let's start with our 13 single crochets. So 1, let me get up closer here, 2, whoops. Time, what is that? I know, right? 4, 5, 6, whoops, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so we've done 13. Now do a decrease. And because we are doing flat piece, I always just do a regular decrease, not an invisible decrease, because I don't want to leave any, you know, any loops behind. So I'm going to just do a regular old decrease. I'm pulling through all of them there. Okay. Now let's do 25 single crochets. So what we're doing is we're making this take shape. So this is one side. Now we're going to do the back, and then we're going to do the decreases on the other. So that gives us the shape of the coat. Okay. So let's do 25 single crochets. Find narwhal horns washed up on the beach and thought they were unicorn horns. Yeah, that's so cool. I could see that. Narwhals are so interesting. It looks like they just look like magical creatures, right? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, so 5 more. And I missed Margaret's chat. She says she also has a custom kit made from a picture I took at Lake Michigan. Wow. So it's like a paint by number? 3, 4, and 5. There we go. All right. Okay. So now we're going to do another decrease. So do your decrease. There we go. And then finishing off with single crochets, there's 13 single crochets to get to the end here. Are you still here, Kim? Margaret is asking. She's shouting into the YouTube verse. She's probably knee-deep in Bravos right now, her little worm, her little crochet worm. Oh, a diamond painting. Oh, very cool. I think for me, I wanted the diamond paintings, I just kind of want them to have diamond paintings that are like a matte finish. The whole sparkling of it, I wanted to have variation. Like maybe some of them could be sparkly, and then I wanted some to just be, you know, kind of a matte, sort of almost like a painting, right? I don't know if they come like that though. All right, so we just finished that one. So chain 1 and turn. And again, we're just going to do 3 rows of single crochets across. So, oh, my son just got home. Hello. I forgot they have half days today. And since he goes in an hour earlier than my daughter does, he gets out an hour earlier as well. So I'm sure he will be popping in. Can you hear him? Mom?
I was sick, so I had to come home early. It's not actually a half day.
Oh, okay, now never seen one like that, Julian. Usually just usually just sparkly, right? Because I love the act of doing diamond painting, but I just don't like it's the sparkliness. Although I do love sparkles, I just I wanted it to look more like a painting, less sparkly sometimes. So I just want a matte finish stone, okay? Am I asking too much? I need to find walnuts, you guys. It's very random. I need to find big walnuts. Oh my gosh. I want to make the little fairy house things that this other gal makes. Where the Gnomes Live is her channel. And she makes them, and they're so cute. And but she gets these like honker walnuts like this big, you guys. I don't think I've ever seen a walnut that big. Usually they're pretty little, right? I saw actually there's a farm stand around here that is kind of in this back roads to get to Vancouver area. And they had a walnut sign. I thought about going over there and like, so what size are the walnuts that you guys have? Like, am I thinking teeny tiny ones, or can I find the jumbos? I don't know. So if you guys know where I can find some. Oh, that's true, Margaret. If they did coatings for them, then they might have a matte finish coating. That's true. Am I weird for wanting it to be a matte finish? I don't know. I mean, it is called a diamond painting for a reason, right? It's meant to be sparkly. Chain one and turn. And working back across, 2 more rows here. So yeah, I don't know on the yarn that I found, because I don't have much left of it. I have enough to make the house. I don't think I have enough of the yarn to make a chimney. I had originally planned to make a chimney out of it, but I don't have enough unless I can find that yarn again. Unless I make the chimney a different color tone, then I could do it. So those are my options. Make it a different color or omit the chimney for this one. Everybody's gone quiet. I think we're all head down working on our projects. Moving right along. The sensory part of diamond painting, the sound when you stick the drills to the canvas and they unstick from the wax. That's kind of similar, I think, to the sound it makes when you play with slime and you pull your fingers out of it. Isn't it kind of that similar sound? My daughter loves that. Shiny, sparkly. Shy, did I show you my glasses, my new glasses? I should be wearing them, you guys. I'm not wearing them. What's wrong with me? They're Betsy Johnson glasses, and they're sparkly pink. You want to see them? I showed them the other day. Okay, hang on. Let me get my glasses on. I should be wearing them because I need to get my eyes used to them. That's always my problem with glasses, you guys, is I never wear them enough to get used to them. Okay, so just to show you the details, you guys, can you see the little butterflies on the side? Little butterflies, and then there's like little kind of ribboniness to that. What do you think? Do you like them? I was trying to remember the name. They kind of remind me of the gal who's in Harry Potter she's like a reporter, but she can transform into a ladybug. Thank you. Yeah, they're sparkly. They're super sparkly. So just to show you in the camera so you guys can see. It's like a sticker. Isn't that pretty? And I love the little extra, where's my camera? I love the little extra like horn thing coming out there. So, okay, I'm going to wear them, you guys, because I should get my eyes used to them. So, yes, my sparkly pink. I wanted something different. I always just, you know, I've gotten glasses before, and then I never wear them because I don't, like, it's not a heavy prescription, and they never made my eyes feel very good, and I always felt a little, like, nauseous when I'd wear them. Thank you, David. But yeah, I would always feel kind of nauseous, and I just never wore them long enough to get used to them. But these ones, they actually, I have astigmatism a little bit on the left side. So they put something in for that, and they put prisms in them. And so they seem to help. Like, it seems to be helping me. So I think I just need to get used to them. That's all. What's my favorite color? It used to be blue growing up, but then when my son loved pink, it became pink. And pink is my daughter's favorite color too. So it's like turned into pink. I find myself gravitating towards it all the time, David. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh, I do have one more row. Okay, one more row of single crochets, you guys. We're just working our way up. What's everybody's favorite color? Let's talk about colors. I mean, I love all colors, of course, but yeah, pink I do gravitate towards. Love blue, still, purple. So I've really gone kind of towards jewel tones myself, but oh, I want to see your glasses, Jai. Send me a picture. I know you were picking them out recently. Yay, you got pink ones too. Are bees my favorite animal? That's a good question. They're definitely my favorite insect. You like red, David? Very cool, very cool. Nice warm color. Cats are my favorite animal. Bees are my favorite insect. We'll go like that. That way I get both. Yes, send me pictures. I want to see pictures. Oh my goodness. And I've also started, I think probably because of my love of bees, I've started enjoying yellow too, which I was never into yellow at all. But it's funny because, you know, on any kind of games where, for example, let's think like Candyland or what's that other one that I'm thinking of? No, I guess it is Candyland. Okay, where the pieces are different colors like that. Then I always end up being yellow because my son's favorite color is blue, my husband's favorite color is green, and my daughter's favorite color is pink, you know, and so it's basically ends up being between red and yellow. And for me, I always pick the yellow. So that's also become another kind of a favorite. Yeah. Yeah, you like the warm tones. It's up and real for Membies, and I am a Membie, so that means I can see it. Woohoo! How about anybody else? Want to throw in a color? Shy, is your favorite color pink? I know you like black too, but if you had to pick one, and that might change, right? Depending on the week or the mood. But that's right. I like to be the OG extra cozy member right there. I get to use my she has these adorable emojis of her cat Cheddar, who is an orange cat, obviously. But yes, I get to use my Cheddar emojis, and I love Cheddar. He's so cute. So let's see. Pink as a top fave. Second faves will change. Yeah. Yep. I hear you. Okay. So we've done 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Perfect. So now we're going to decrease again. Okay. So chain 1 and turn your work. Purple, blue, and green in that order. So yeah, I always, whenever I see those colors, I think of you now, Margaret, like the jewelry kind of tones. Okay. So we're going to start by doing 12 single crochets this time. So 1, 2. Okay, Kim, you're back. Don't go anywhere. Margaret had a question or wanted to tell you something. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got my 2 shots when I went this morning to the doctor, so I have COVID in one arm and I got the flu shot in the other arm. In my head, I was thinking I was spreading out the joy / pain of it, right? So instead of just torturing one arm, I guess I'm slightly torturing both, but I'm holding my arms up too, so I'm working it in, right? They don't really hurt though. They hurt because I tried to do this silly thing I do with my kids that I call lay croissant. And I hoof them up into my arms, and hoofing an 11-year-old boy is very difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah, ouchie arms, right? My coworker chose. Wait, who's my coworker? Oh, you're talking about Kim's coworker. Yes. My brain. Okay, we'll see you in a minute, Lana. Okay, now we're going to do our decrease, you guys. So do your decrease here, creating that little curl to your coat. And then we're going to do some more single crochets. So we're single crocheting 25 again along the back here. The jumbo stripe. Oh, she picked the one that had blue in there. That surprises me. I was thinking she'd go with the other one. I would have put my money on it. How funny. I still think you should get more than $50 though for your poncho that you're making her, Kim. But what do I know? All right, so I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do 20 more. Pardon me while I count. 6, 7. Where did I get my pumpkin shirt? 8. Where did I get it? 9. Ross. That's where I got it. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. Yeah, the gateway poncho. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Okay. I had already done the 5, so I just did another 20. That's 25. Right. Yes. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. My only thought with that, Kim, is that if she tells everybody she got it for $50, then they're gonna want it for $50. That was my own when you said that, because I think it will be the gateway for you, because it's such a cool poncho. I mean, why wouldn't people want that, you know, especially with the holidays coming up? But yeah, so we did our decrease here. I'm chatting. Okay, I'm sorry. We did our decrease, you guys. And now we're going to keep going with single crochets to the end as we did before. So you'll have 12 single crochets through the end of this row. Oh, good. Okay, good. Yeah, keep that on the down low, you know. That's right. That's good. Just don't want her spreading that out there, because then everybody's going to want a discount. And the thing is that every yarn costs a different amount, right? Like if you're going to do $50, it should be that plus whatever the cost of the yarn is, not inclusive in that. Okay. So we've just finished that. We've done our chain 1 and turn. Now we're going to do 11 single crochets. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry if it makes like a sound, because the other end of this is hitting my table, so I'm sorry if that's making a weird noise, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Definitely needs to know yes. I agree, Margaret, I agree. All right, now we're going to do a decrease. Okay, there's our decrease. Now we're going to go along the back panel again for another 25 single crochets. Yeah, like I showed you guys the cat gan, the dog gan, the wish gan, that kind of thing. And people have asked me like, oh, do you sell those? I don't even know what I would sell those for, you guys. Those are, they take so much time, so much yarn. Not to mention, do I want to make another one? I mean, at this point, I'm not doing that, you know, but at the time, I mean, that was years ago. I thought about it, you know. My mom wouldn't mind tying in all those loose ends, but I was just like, because, you know, it would be probably hundreds of dollars, I would think, just if you're counting up all of the time it takes and the amount of yarn and supplies. Ugh. I feel like the only thing that I would ever consider doing with those blankets is maybe donating for like a raffle, charity kind of thing. I would consider doing that because I feel like that would be a good way to raise money, because I think they're definitely eye-catching because of all the colors changings and the pictures on them and stuff like that. So that could be fun, but I just don't think I would ever sell one. All right, we're almost to the other decrease. All right, let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm just counting backwards here because I need 11. 11. Okay, I have one more here, and then I need to do my decrease. Yes, I designed the happy sunflowers. I did. I have a regular sunflowers, happy sunflower, and then I have a mini as well. So I've done my decrease. I'm going to just finish this one off with single crochets to the end. Yeah, that one was in Crochet Now magazine at one point in the beginning before I started selling the pattern. And then whenever you do that, whenever you work with a magazine like that and you let them have you're kind of giving them the rights to the pattern temporarily. So you put in your pattern, you have to format it how they need it formatted, all that fun stuff. Often you'll send it to them so that they can photograph it nicely. And then they get the rights to it for, I want to say it was like 6 months, and then you can go and sell it. Just basically to give them time to sell the magazine, right? Oh, yeah, my sunflowers. Yeah, no, those are the most popular. Like, those are what put me on the map, I would say. So, oh, good. Your puppy's happy now. Dora's happy. Okay, so we've done that. So just counting, you guys, let's do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. So you should be done with 13 of the rows. We're doing rounds or rows 14 to 16, just single crochet across again. Yeah, no, they were extremely popular. I used to sell, when I first moved to Florida to be with my then boyfriend, now husband. That's where he was living at the time, in Tampa. And I was crocheting as my job. So I opened an Etsy store called Geek Shikarumi, which is still in existence. I have some patterns up there. But yeah, basically I was crocheting all day long. I'd throw on, like, you know, Stargate SG-1 or some of the older shows, just crochet for 8 hours. And the sunflowers, I was not charging enough. And so I was selling a lot of sunflowers. I'd be sitting there making the pieces for 5, 6, 7 sunflowers at a time, and then assembling them all, shipping them out, you know. So we were making, I was probably making like $900 a month doing that, because again, I wasn't charging enough. I didn't put enough value in my skills, you know, as I should have. And so I ended up in a lot of pain, and I had to stop doing that so much. That's when I started thinking, you know what, I'm going to start selling my pattern so that other crocheters can enjoy making them. And that's what kind of got me off of making the finished amis, because it's really not great for you to just sit there crocheting like that, you know. And when you have orders stacking up and it's a made to order sort of thing, then that can get out of hand quite quickly. Okay, sounds good. You know, I actually had a couple of different people at the time reached out to me and wanted custom orders. They wanted, one of them was a dog that was their kind of mascot, and they would order like 16 of them at a time, you know, and so I'm sitting there trying to crank out these dogs. Then I had one that wanted these Ahabs, and that's actually where this Santa pattern originated from. Is I made these Captain Ahabs in the yellow coat, and it was on a base and everything, had a wood like platform inside of the crochet. It was pretty cool. But basically, like the Ahabs, I'm telling you guys, they were huge. They were good size, and it's a lot of pieces, and I was selling them, I think I sold them for like 60 each or something like that, or maybe it was less. Whatever it was, it took me a long time, and it was not enough. And you know, he would again order them 10 here and stuff, so I'm sitting there just trying to crank these things out. And then I finally got to the point where I just couldn't do it, but he wanted to keep going. And so I said, you know, well, I can sell you the rights to the pattern, but that's going to be more expensive, but then you'll have it and you can just have anybody make these for you, you know, and so it will end up in the long run being cheaper, right? That didn't make him happy. So he was very upset with me for not being able to continue and trying to charge him for the pattern. He did not like that idea. So we ended up just parting ways after that, you know, like because I physically could not keep up with them myself and with all the other stuff I had going on. He didn't want to pay for the pattern. He just wanted me to give it to him so he could go and have somebody else make them for him. And I wasn't willing to relinquish the rights to my pattern for nothing, you know. So that's where that ended. But I took that pattern, adjusted it, and turned it into Santa. I took the base off, so it's just the body, and then changed the hat, you know, changed different things about it. But just be cautious, you know, be careful if you do custom orders. You kind of find out like the people are your friends until you do something they don't like, and then it's like, nope, they don't like you anymore. It's one of those things. But yeah, that's what kind of soured me to the whole custom order thing, you know. I'm like, ooh, people can get kind of iffy sometimes. So I just make my patterns. That's exactly right. Yes, people don't value the art, you know. They don't see that it took me a long time to work up this pattern and figure out how to make it. And it's pages and pages, right? I mean, this is not a beginner pattern by any means. I mean, we're already on part 6 and we haven't started assembling yet. So if you're working through this with me, you know, this is not just a small little easy pattern. So yeah. All right, let me see where we're at here. I think I might have this one more. Let me just count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. Yep, I'm on the last one here. So we're doing number 16. Here we go. Everything for free. Yeah, like I didn't work on it. Exactly. In his mind, it was like, well, you're not going to be crocheting it, you know, so what's it to you, kind of a thing. It's like, well, I wrote the pattern. It's like writing a book and then somebody's like, no, you're just going to give it to me, you know, I'm not charging you or whatever. It's just weird. It was very weird. My husband was like, stop talking to that guy. Just, you know, that's not nice. He didn't like that at all. So I stopped. I parted ways, and that was the end of Ahab. Yep. People are odd, yeah. Well, some people are, right? Quirky. But yeah, I think handmade is one of those things you love handmade and you value handmade, you know, and perhaps are creative yourself, or you just don't care if it's handmade. You just want something to look like you want it to look, and then you're just willing to buy whatever. You just want it at a cheap price, you know? So there's all different kinds in the world. Anyways, let's talk about something fun. Let's see, what can we talk about? I have my big premier box of yarn like under my desk here, you guys. I can't wait to open it and see what I got. So I have to remind myself what I bought. I got quite a few of those deals where they were like 5 skeins for $5, you know? So I've got a bunch of skeins, and I think that's why it's so heavy. It's like 5 skeins for $5. What? When you're designing, you have to make it to be able to write the pattern. So actually, that is twice the work. It's very true. Appreciate something handmade, you have to be a little bit artistic yourself. Very true. Or know somebody who is, right? Like my husband and I can connect on that level because he's an artist in music, but it's very similar in that, you know, you are very creative just in a different light. But you can understand, that creativity and how much effort it takes. Okay, so I've just finished row 16. So we're going to do row 17. Let's chain 1 and turn. There we go. We're making our coat here. It's coming out nice. All right, so now we're going to start with a decrease. So now we're starting to create the sort of shape of the coat up here. Okay, so start with the decrease. There we go. And then we'll start doing some single crochets. We're going to do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. And then we will do another decrease. So another decrease here. Okay. Then do another 25 single crochets along the back panel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These glasses are helping you guys. I can see better. I like it. The other one's just, I feel like my eyes don't track at the same time. I actually think I have an inner ear issue that I'm seeing too, but my equilibrium is an issue too. So I'm getting that figured out. But anyways, that's what the prism is supposed to help the eyes to kind of do what they're supposed to do. So it seems to be helping. Almost to the other decrease. Let me just count so I make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 5 more. 21. And a 2. And a 3. 4. And 5. Oh, so you're, what is that? If you can't see near, you're farsighted, right? Okay, so now do your decrease. Okay, there's your decrease. Do another 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then finishing off with a decrease. All right, thanks for hanging out, David. I hope you have a good night. We will see you next time. Oh, okay. Sorry, I got that backwards. All right. All right, so I'm just rereading my pattern because I'm kind of doing this with you guys, okay? Because it's been a while. So the next rows 18 through 20, will be worked in 3 separate sections, leaving unworked stitches for the coat's arms in between, okay? So we're building this up because we need to leave like the holes so the arm can actually go through the coat. That's basically what I'm saying there. Okay, so let me just scroll down a little bit. Okay. So I think maybe what we'll do is let's just get it started here. We have been on for a couple of hours, but we can get it started. My husband needs the camera here at about 1, so we'll just try to see how far we can get, okay? All right, so now let's go ahead and chain 1 and turn. Turn your work, okay? 8 single crochets, leaving the other stitches unworked for now. So let's do 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. All right, now chain 1 and turn. So we're leaving the rest unworked. This is going to start creating the space for the arms to go through. And the reason we're doing it this way, you guys, is because I want to keep this striping that we're getting and keep it consistent as we're building it up. So we're going to do it in 3 parts and then we'll kind of reconnect them, okay? So we're just going back across and doing 8 single crochets across. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I am so surprised my son has not come in here. I think he just doesn't know I'm live. Chain 1 and turn. All right, so now we're going to keep going with the decrease on this side of the coat. So we'll do a decrease to start, like so, okay? Then just do single crochets in the last 6 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So we're going to finish this one off, this section off. We'll leave a little tail in case we need to do some tucking stitches later. All right, so there's that first build up right there. Okay, so now we're into section 2 of the coat. Section 2, we are skipping 6 stitches from here, okay? So grab your yarn again with the slip knot on your hook, just like this. Okay, so from where we ended off here, let me get up close here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to work into the 7th stitch here, okay? So you're leaving those 6 stitches unworked and then going to go into the 7th one here. And then we're going to start by doing 3 single crochets. So here's 1 single crochet to connect. And then another 2 and 3. Okay, so there's 3. And then we'll go ahead and continue on with 2 decreases, okay? So here's 1 decrease and 2 decreases. Here we go. All right. And we're going to do that again. So let's do another 3 single crochets and 2 decreases. So 1, 2, and 3. And another 2 decreases here. There's 1. And there's 2. Okay. And then we'll finish this area off here with 3 more single crochets. So here's 1, 2, and 3. All right, chain 1 and turn. And we're going to do 13 single crochets back across this center panel here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, my son, 9,
You got like your own document camera now?
10. I have my upper camera here so that people can follow along with me. So we're doing the Santa coat right now. 12, and here's that
But your
last
face,
one.
like how is it on there?
That's called picture in a picture.
I'm gonna move your camera.
You're moving my thing here. Okay, so we've just done our 13 back across, chain 1 and turn. And so for the last part, this row 20, we're going to do 2 single crochets. So here's 1 and 2, then 2 decreases again. So here's 1.
Are you living?
Mm-hmm.
It looks different.
It does, because I'm on a tutorial mode here. There's 2. And then we'll do a single crochet here, like that. Another 2 decreases. James, careful, honey. There, Margaret says hi. Hi, James. All right, so there's 2. And then we'll do 2 single crochets, okay? So 1 and 2.
Right now, without my mom's permission, if you want to ask me a question, just put it in the comments and I'll answer it right as you put it in.
Okay, so now we're going to finish this off.
I don't miss any comments, trust me. How much people do you have on with you?
8. 8 people are hanging out,
Last
including
night you had
Margaret
like 20.
and Lana. Hanging out. We've got some lurking and maybe making some Santas. All right, so we're going to start again with the slip knot on our hook. I do need to move the pattern, so hang on, bear with. Let's move it back over this way. And let me come back up here so you can see section 3 of the coat. And I'm going to move my face also so you can see. So let's finish off today with section 3, and then we'll start on the sleeves the next time, okay? So we're going to do section 3. Kim says hello, and Barbara is lurking.
Hello,
saying hi. All right. So let's see here. Section 3, skip 6 stitches again. So I'm going to bring it up to the camera so you guys can see. So this is one that we're in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to go into the 7th one.
Vanna.
Oh, Shy's still here. Shy's saying hi to you, James.
Hi, Shy. Hi, Barbara Wriggle Baker, I think.
Yep. All right, so we've skipped 6 stitches. We're going to do 8 single crochets to finish off and get this connected here. So let's do 1, 2,
Why do you have a
3.
stick?
It's a staff. That's Santa's staff for later.
Guys, my mom had a stick.
I do. I'll be putting a tree house on the top of that. A bird's house, rather.
Hi, Barbara. Again.
All right, so we've done our 8 across, chain 1 and turn. We're going to do 8 across again. 1, 2. You're also lurking too, Shy. Are you working on your editing or something? Editing your videos? So we're just single crocheting here. Okay. What are you doing, son? Okay, and there we go. Chain 1 and turn. We're going to do 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh, you're playing Genshin right now. You're hanging out and playing video games. Nice. All right, and we're going to do a decrease here on the other side of the coat. Chain 1 and turn. Do another decrease. Okay, so starting with a decrease.
I'm gonna go take a shower.
Okay, honey. Then 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Can you shut that door though?
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. 4 and 5. See, we made him bored, you guys. This will be interesting when I try to teach him how to crochet, right? So I'm like, and I'm out. All right. So now we're going to be continuing through the leftover stitches. So from section 2, yes, that's what we see. So we're chaining 4, okay? So let me finish off this one. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Big staff that I'm carving and putting in mother of pearl from some shells. It is something I have to work on. Warm weather because shells stink when you grind them. I didn't know that. See, you're teaching me new things. Okay, so we've chained 4. Now we're going to continue working across this midsection here, okay? So we're going to do 9 single crochets through that section. And we're not chaining as many as we skipped because we want to start having it curling in more. So that's actually acting as its own sort of decrease. Okay, so we're going to just start and single crochet across here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you should start seeing the coats, that your coat is taking shape, right? 8 and 9. All right, now chain 4 again. 1, oops, 2, 3, 4. Oh, burning hair smell. Yummy. Now we're going to go back over, right? We're going back in through the first section here so that we can do 5 single crochets. So let's do the first one to connect, creating our ring of our arm. 2, 3, 4. All right, Kim, enjoy your nap. There's 5. And now we're going to decrease in those last 2. Okay, chain 1 and turn. And this is going to be our last row, you guys. So starting with 4 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Decrease. So the next 2 together, like so. Okay. Now we're going to do 4 single crochets through the chain 4 that we just made, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up just one of the 2 loops here from that chain and leave the other loop behind. So let's do the next one. 2, 3, and 4. All right. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and do, where was I here? Hang on. I lost my place, you guys. Here we go. Decrease. Okay, thank you. Decrease. So going back here into that midsection, we're gonna do 1 decrease. I need like one of those things that kind of holds the place so my eyes can go to them. So we started with a decrease. Now we'll do 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, do another decrease. My glasses are slipping. Okay, there we go. Now we're going through those chain again, so doing just one of the 2 loops, leaving the other loop on the inside of the ring. Okay, for when we're ready to do the sleeves. So we're just going single crochets through those chain of 4 that we did. Come on. I just want 1 loop, thank you. And there's this last one here. Decrease again. on the net. This is back across this side, right? So decrease there, and then finish this row off with 4 more single crochets. Okay, 3 and 4. Okay, almost done, you guys, but you'll notice there is a bit more. So this is, you'll see, this is creating that shape for our coat. Do you see how the decreases created the shape that we needed to go around the body? So that's what that was doing. But we need to create an edge around our piece. So that's what the last part of this is. It says continue single crocheting around 3 edges of the coat, all but the neck area, because you already have the nice braid here at the top because we just went back around. So that's counting that as part of it, right? So you just need to do the other 3 sides so that way they all have a nice edging. Okay, so as it says, make sure you do 3 single crochets in each of the corners on the bottom so that they lie flat, okay? Other than that, you're just putting a stitch along each one here, each row. So I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to put one more extra one here in the corner as I now am going to work down this edge. Okay, so we're putting, if you notice, see the edge here? Okay. So each section here is actually 2 rows. That's how you get these lines. That gives you 2 rows on each. So what I like to do is to put a stitch in the line where the line lines up and then to put one in between, right? So you're basically putting in a single crochet into each of the rows as you work your way down. So that's where I'm at. So for me, this is where that line is. So there's my single crochet there. Now I'll go into the kind of middle point. And it's not that important, you guys, to be exact. It's okay if there's not a set number really. This is kind of, you're just trying to make it so that it's not going to bow. It's going to have a nice edge. But there's not going to be like, oh, this many stitches. It's not a huge deal if I have one more than you have. That's not important. What's important is that you have a nice defined edge and that it's not going to bow, okay? So just try to make a stitch in each of the rows best as you can. Like I said, if it's one more or one less, it's okay. It's not a big deal. As long as you've got it to stay flat, and you'll see, you see how much nicer that looks versus that rough edge that is created when we do our going back and forth of the rows. It's just to make it look very clean. It makes it easier when you're ready to do the edging as well. So that's why we're doing this. Okay, so we're coming up on the first corner of the bottom, and as it says in the pattern, we're going to do 3 single crochets into that edge stitch so that we can round the corner without bowing it. Okay, now we're working along. So basically our initial chain, when we went back through the chain, we're just doing one of the loops, right? So what's left over here is the other loop. So those are what we're picking up as we're doing our edge here. So just to kind of show you, let me just kind of try to hold it up here so you can see it. If it can work with me, that'd be great. There we go. So there's the loop. You see that little ridge right there on the end? That's what we're going into. We're grabbing the other side of that initial chain that we did at the very, very beginning. Okay, so just working across, single crocheting. We actually are getting further in than I thought we would today. This is exciting. I have to set up the rest of the crochet along, you guys. So this was the last one I had set up, so I will set up the rest of them. That's my task that I need to do. So I will do that, and that way we've got all the rest of them planned through December 1st. I'm still hoping we can get this done before then. We have the edges of the coat, edgings of the coat, the sleeves to do. And then we have assembling, oh, we have the hat. We do need to do the hat still and the pom-pom. And then we have to do the turtle doves and the optional birdhouse that will be ready by then. I promise. And then, yeah, we just have assembling. I do have assembly videos as well. So if you guys have either have the pattern and have jumped ahead, I do have assembly videos already up on the channel for Santa from start to finish assembling him. But I can also, I need to assemble mine anyways, right? So I was thinking I would just continue doing these lives and I will assemble this one with you. So if you want to work at the same pace as me, then we will work on that together as well. So that is up to you if you want to have a more abridged kind of version or not. That's up to you. Almost down to the next edge. Here we go. Coming up closer to the corner. Just a few more. Okay, and as we get towards the corner, let's remember to do 3 single crochets into that corner as we'll round it and do our final side of this coat. So we're doing 3 here, 1, 2, 3, rounds the corner, and then again we're going up the last side, trying to make sure we place a single crochet into the line stitch and then in the middle of the lines. So that is getting us a single crochet in each of the rows of our coat. Okay. We're almost done, you guys. Almost done for the day. I know this is these are longer days, right, as we work through this together. So I appreciate it if you, when you're here with me and hanging out, whether you're making Santa or lurking. That was a message from my husband. He's like, so I need to get in there at some point. Hold your horses. We're almost done. Here we go. It's so funny. Okay. And we've just reached the edge. So let's slip stitch in that first one there to connect. And then we will cut it away, pulling the tail through. All right, look at that, you guys. It's looking like a coat. Actually, right now it looks like a vest, right? That looks like a vest right now to me, like the little, like, what do they call them? Bomber jackets or something? Especially in this color because it's green. You know, throw a few pockets in there. You got yourself a bomber jacket. Oh, yeah. See? This is a good way too, you guys, to adapt patterns to fit your needs. So if you're making a doll, you want to make a little cool little puffy coat for them, you could do that. Put some little fur around the edges or something. I don't know. Put a hood in the back. We all like options, right? We all like options here. So let's do this if it's going to work. It doesn't want to work with me. Of course it doesn't. That's just how the days go, right? I mean, I did go to the wrong place this morning when I was trying to go to the one doctor's office. I went to the other one. I had to drive all the way back. Anyway, well, that's the end of this tutorial for today anyway. We've got lots more to do still. I know this is a long pattern, and I appreciate you guys hanging out and being patient. And, you know, we're working up our Santas. We've got a lot done so far. And yeah, I mean, let's see, we've got, looking at the pattern, we got the sleeves to make, the edges. So we got the edges, the coat neck, the coat bottom, and then the sleeves edges. and then you're going to get a chance to decide if you want it like the red coat. So the red Santa coat, which I thought I had it near me, but now I don't see it. But basically the red coat has the white right here and around, and then there's just red and then the white at the bottom. Whereas the blue coat has a white ridge that goes all the way down. So it's more of a kind of, that one's more of a wintry, right? So you can see that. So see how the white on this coat goes all the way? So you're going to have options, you guys, because we like our options. So your options will be to do either just the white collar and then the white around the edge, or to do the full all the way around, depending on your preference. Mr. Santa, Mr. Bald Santa. Oh, here's the white coat. I got it. Okay. I'm just giving you guys a little idea for next time, okay? So you'll see with this one, if I can get it lined up, there we go. We just did the white up here and the white down here and on the sleeves, but we've got this space in the middle there. So yeah, we've got a lot of progress today, right? Bye, Lana. And then for my green one, I'm probably going to do this where it's the full edging all the way around, but I'll give you the option and you'll see the pattern for both ways depending on what you guys want to do. All right. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will get the rest of the Crochet Along scheduled so that you guys can kind of plan ahead and know when I'm going to be on. And I will see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to leave your thummies on the way out. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed here on Frizzy Bee Crochet. I will see you guys next time. Bye.